Alright, this is a video for Kurt Kimberling's class 2023. It's November 29th. This is a job I came across, and I think it's pertinent information for you guys to see. So, I'm out here in the man cave area, and this is the job I got. So I picked it up. Got a punch press job. Simple part. This is one of the parts right here. It's got some features, some holes put in it. But what I'm seeing is that the tool and die trade is kind of it's in an area of decay out here. And to where a simple part like this, the company bought a die, and maybe a company bought and sold, and the die, which was once a beautiful tool in a shoe, has become not so much. So it's a mystery. You get this mystery thing, and people want things made from the thing, which it's not what it once was. So I'm seeing a mix of manufacturing thrown into the mix to try to make the parts still, because they don't have a tool and die guy to fix the die, or maybe he died. These guys are dying like right and left, and there's just nobody filling those shoes anymore. So instead of there's somebody filling the shoes of that, they're mixing manufacturing processes, but then there's areas where it still needs to go through the die. So this part, I got a box of 500 of these, and it is oriented in a certain fashion, but it was cut on a laser table, and it's aluminum, hopefully the right grade, but it was laser cut. So since it was laser cut, it's not up to the tolerant as if it went through a nice shear die. It's just not. It will never ever be to that tolerant. So I had to retrofit this because they wanted the dimples in it. And you see the dimples? If you would focus, you motherfucker. Right there. Those are critical. They have to be in there. And the only thing that's going to put them in there is a die. So I've got to cycle these parts. Whoop, back to normal. I've got to cycle these parts in my press and the die retrofitted, which I'm not going to show you because it was really skanky and nobody needs to see that. So I had to make new pins. The pins that went through here are metric, some kind of bastard number, 155, 160. So, and not only that, because these are laser cut, they're all over the fucking place. Nobody knows where they are. So I retrofitted a new set of pins that go in there, and it's not perfect. It's not like a nice die, but it's got a couple thou of wiggle, but to orient, put it in there, and then it stamps the, raised in. And this is spring loaded here. It springs it back, and then punch side punches it. Now there's another feature in this part. So this is a blanked part, right? It's got the dimples in it. Well, there's another feature it needed, which is a countersink. So, and we searched the box, and we searched, and we searched, and there's no dimple tooling. So I had to make some dimple tooling, and to see that, I had to kind of go through and see how and what was going on with the metal forming process to make that. It's pretty simple. It's not stupidly simple. It's simple, but I had to retrofit and make a little tool to do that. So that's what I'm seeing in the tool and die world over here in the Midwest. A lot of guys are dying, and there's nobody picking up the reins. Since there's nobody picking up the reins, manufacturing is venturing in every type of alleyway to try to cut and still make parts. And here I am trying to, keep things continuing. But so I have to cycle 500 parts tonight. Versus when this thing was selling, whatever this makes, they were making thousands and thousands of them at a time. Since this isn't like a hot item anymore, 500 parts will last you a year. So, I mean, it makes sense how the dies will go to rat shit, because you store them up on a shelf and you forget about it, and then, you know, it just turns to shit. It's just the way of it. But so I made this little guy, and that took me a night. It's probably about 6 hours of work right there. It's high tolerant. You have to, you know, accommodate for what's happening, and this is not how this part was made. It probably was in a sexy little die with a shoe and oriented properly, but this is what I got. So we'll fire it up and run one. I guess gotta check orientation, but turn the press on. Here she is. And that's my part. Once I'm running, I'll get a groove and I won't really have to think too much. So, what do they say? Dimple side up. So, dimple down. So you put your part in, a little tight, and smash her down. And there's your part. So it took some adjusting in the press to get it to smash. I got it right down to the thou though, which is pretty amazing. Makes little carbon copy parts. But that's why I did my machinist course with Kurt Kimberling, and it has helped me kind of write my own book here. So have a good day.